Faculty here teach undergraduates, but they were always hankering to teach more graduates than undergraduates. And over the years we were able to shift that, saying our core, the people who pay our bills, so many graduate programs are completely supported by the undergraduate population. People who pay our bills are the undergraduates. If they get a first-rate education, if it becomes harder and harder to get in here, if it's more prestigious to come to Loyola as a first-choice school, then everything else is going to go up in reputation. That's just the way it is. So that's one of the culture changes. We are interested in producing leaders, and frankly, some of the most elite schools don't produce the best leaders. I will bet on an overachieving first-generation kid, maybe because that I feel akin to that. My parents didn't go to college. I would bet on that kid more than I would bet on a kid that comes from an elite background, has had a great education, and has an unconscious belief that the world owes them a living. The problem is that when you ask what has changed in higher ed, not a lot has changed. It's just gotten more expensive. The problem is, I think there's a couple of structural challenges that we'll have to deal with. The first structural challenge is we have depended on government to pay for it. So we're in a little bit better shape here because we have always seen government as a private institution. Government was always helpful, but not necessary. Well, if you're a public institution, government was necessary and sometimes helpful and sometimes not. The issue now is when the state or the federal government doesn't want to put money into higher ed, that's shifted the burden onto what's a very expensive proposition onto the student. So people tell us that we're too expensive, but they also tell the student you have to pay more. And then they say it's a shame that the universities make you borrow. Well, I don't know how to solve that dilemma because it does sound like you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth to me. So one of the things we do have to worry about is can we keep the cost down within reasonable limits? And the second thing is what's the proper burden on the individual and on the government?